The title of this book is The Fear of Death. Isaac G. Lee presents Why We're Yearning to Have Recognition. On a daily basis, we're trying to do something and wanting to have something. Then, what would be the deep-root motivation in our deep souls to make us to move to do something at this moment? Sometimes, we even don't know what we're doing now. In my understanding, we fundamentally want to have recognition from others. Even though we can classify our deeds with tremendous categories of our deeds, I can still deduce and summarize that all of them are yearning to have recognition from others. Then, why do we yearn to have such recognition from others? And what does the recognition provide us? The answer is that recognition is giving us a higher chance of survival from the fear of death and giving us comfort. In other words, it would be a safety net from harmful situations. The more we have recognition, the more we would feel being protected from harmful situations with expecting others' help. Consciously, unconsciously, our aiming at what we're doing daily base is increasing recognition to protect us from harm, danger and risk which could make us to be dead. And if someone has grown up without parents, or that parents haven't done work properly for the family members, their children have to fight constantly for themselves with the trauma of insecure. Then the child wouldn't grow as a healthy man, mentally. As the children are growing, they would be obsessive and hungrier for recognition to have more a sense of protection than regular people. Fundamentally, mankind is a wounded being or cursed being to be bound to death eventually. Regarding the truth of the destined to death itself, we, so-called normal man, would be overwhelmed to accept the truth of death itself. Furthermore, if a man grows without protection, how much more the being would be hungry for recognition and power to have peace, to comfort his soul from the dreadful fear of death in his mind. So, the hunger for protection, the stronger to seek for the recognition and power. However, unfortunately, any or all recognition can't provide us with fundamental peace and safety from humankind's destiny, which is going to the point of death. Then after we are gaining all kind of recognition and power from public, all celebrities, politician and rich businessmen without exception are feeling emptiness after all. Because all human understand that those recognition can't save themselves from the reality of death itself in his intuition. In theory, after 40 years old, we can have a high chance to go through the period of so-called, the second puberty. During this period, we are going to have big changes in body and mind. Fundamentally, our consciousness understands that what we have tried to get through all our achievements during whole life wouldn't be useful for saving our souls at all. So, we are going to have a mental breakdown during that period. Then, after we understand all of what we're doing wouldn't be helpful for saving my soul from the power of death, our aim would be changed into another goal that is accepting of the cruel human's destiny and start to adjust myself to the fate that is given to mankind. And so, inevitably we're going into the period of conforming myself to the law of death. To sum up, what I am trying to say here is that pursuing recognition from others wouldn't be beneficial at all to my ultimate soul in regards to the fear of death. Definitely, all our efforts would be in vain after all. So, seeking recognition is really redundant to mankind. However, the trauma that make us to feel so cold, meaningless and no exit to our souls would drag here and there to satisfy even for an even short time continuously today, like drinking seawater, not to quench my soul at all. The title of this book is The Fear of Death. Isaac G. Lee presents